Okay.
Quinn, I'm gonna give you a nice first floor room.
Oh god, where'd I go?
I don't have a room. I'm special.
And I have a floor and a hallway.
Oh, there I am.
Neo will not be joining us today. Feylyn is out of town.
He's in Florida.
Yep, feels bad, man.
Florida.
He's in a very hot, moist place, and by that I mean Fox's armpit.
I was just gonna ask, is it your ex again?
No, I'm just messing with you. Actually, the plot I had worked out for him if he had not shown up was that in the night, because previously he continued to practice his attempts at flame stepping.
He did not just accidentally flame step into a different country, Tane.
No, not at all. In reality, practicing such a spell is actually, because it's actually not a cantrip. It actually is physically taxing. So eventually he would have just passed the fuck out.
Probably on the
So he's
floor.
probably recuperating. Yeah, probably on the floor that he kept trying to trust fall into. So, battered and bruised from the several failings that inevitably would have happened on Die, eventually knocked himself out and conked out. So Feylyn is in the bed, is in her bedroom.
Passed out. Sleepy sleep.
Beyond that, Athera, you can be given this bedroom.
Oh god, where'd I go? Oh, it's an adorable little bedroom.
There's a living room. There's a closet to your north, and a living room to the south. A nice little garden out front, and your room is adjoining to Quinn's.
Oh, so do I go through the
Fun hun baguette.
Huh?
Woo!
No pervy peeky peekies.
Gotta learn that Sylvan. Cough cough.
God damn it.
Learning.
Oh.
GG.
I think that would take another week or two.
Hey
I
now.
think Tane says like
He doesn't have that kind of stamina. Wink.
Not yet.
Okay. Let's stop. Or it's adorable.
Alright. So, we'll probably start it with, I'm gonna start off with Quinn.
Hi.
So, for you...
Oh fuck, I forgot the numbers.
I'm actually gonna have, for you, having a semi, dream/nightmare.
Yay!
As Quinn drifts off into the night, you know, the words of Sylvan still rushing through his mind, as well as all of the events leading up to today. Which, actuality, you guys crashed really early for like no fucking reason, but just putting it out there.
What, for last session?
Yeah, because you guys didn't actually go anywhere, and you guys ended up, I believe, in the, like they woke you up. Oh no, that's right, they woke you up in the middle of the night. So you guys actually would have been going back to sleep, not necessarily sleeping for the rest of the day. Okay, so that's cool. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. All right,
We
so
need our kitty naps.
reflecting on as you start to process what happened the previous day, the unusual arcane magic taking place in the sky, the amount of Sylvan you learned, meeting your old friend Zalias, it dredges up a bunch of the old memories, and in this case, in the form of a dream, that you're running through a forest, and pushing away different palm branches as you go, and as you dig deeper, rushing with your breath heaving, running at full speed throughout all this brush, you end up in a clearing And in the middle of the clearing, you see this battle taking place between your father and an unknown mage. Yeah. So that is what's unfortunately going on in Quinn's mind at the moment.
Sorry for my laugh. That fucking. Oh my god.
He was 4. He was 4, okay?
I'm sure.
Technically,
Okay.
like 10, but still.
Trauma.
Oh my god. Okay.
For Zalias,
Yes.
very crap. Not that. Is that a giant moon? Nope, it's a bubble. It's not a bubble.
Bubbles.
Wait, is that even on your? That's not even on your layer, is it? Like you can't see that, can you, Quinn?
What?
Oh, it is on your layer.
Oh, that moon thingy?
Yeah, it's a bubble.
Oh, hi, Bubble.
Oh.
Oh my god, okay, it looked like a moon when I was zoomed out, but yeah, now it looks more like a bubble.
It's an awful bubble. I need a better bubble. I don't have a bubble.
Bubble.
My bubbles. I need a better bubble. This bubble's not working for me. Its transparency bothers me deeply. I'll work on that in time. Actually,
I think I got you 10.
big ass fucking bubble.
Oh wait, that, maybe
There you
not.
go. That bubble makes me happy.
That bubble?
I'm
The
curious,
rainbow
what
bubble?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. That bubble makes me happy.
Hey, what bubble? I want to see. It's a bubble.
All right. So, Zalias, your dream is very much in the same. Only in your case, from your perspective, you're chasing along through the woods after Quinn, who is tinier.
His stubby little legs.
So this is a lot of memories are being dredged up for you in this process. Okay.
Alright.
Oh my god, my personality right now does not suit D&D. Really want to sing memories all alone in the moonlight.
I'm giving you a bubble because bubbles make me happy.
Bubbles.
Oh.
There's your bubble. Now, Jaimy, are you awake? Okay. For your character, your character is now essentially awake. She's not feeling. She's no longer, at least at the moment, feeling the necessity to feed. And Blue is sleeping in the corner. And Blue in this is, and most of the dream description, by the way, is mostly for Athera's sake.
Hun.
Inside her bubble, Blue is dreaming that she is basically Godzilla destroying most of downtown Japan,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
fire breathing and all.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
It's the little
It's
things
like-
in life.
I'm a bad person.
Why?
I just imagine like the bubble system being like Tinder. Swipe right if you want to see. Swipe left. You don't.
Nice. But for you, Jaimy, all of your mind's kind of swirling over the events that, again, just like everybody else, they're swirling over the events previous. You've just awoken back into a world where you've discovered you've been resurrected, and piece by piece, you're noticing the differences between your past self and your current one. One of the biggest immediate noticeabilities is that your bindings along your wrists and arms have been removed, and that your scars are no longer there.
Okay.
You also physically feel more powerful, although you're not sure why. Like it feels similar to when you infuse your runes onto your marbles, but almost like the magic is no longer being controlled, like it's unstable, and you're not almost causing a hesitancy to use your known abilities. Okay. With that, you start to hear a knock at the door.
Alright, I'd go and open the door.
I should also probably mention you might want to get dressed first, because in previous session you awoke in buck naked.
I got dressed in the previous session, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
You did not. Everyone was just chilling around your bedroom.
Except me.
I was pretty sure we got dressed already.
Yeah, actually, now that she says it, I think she did.
Because I went outside of the room, remember? And I don't tend to walk hallways naked. Shut the hell up, Tane.
What?
I know what you're thinking. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think of chibis. I was. I'll have to forgive me.
Does anyone happen to remember the numbers that I assigned them at the beginning?
What?
We had numbers?
Fucking shit.
What numbers?
I assigned, when we were in the freaking thing, when I first did Dreamwalking, I assigned everybody numbers so I could roll a die to see what dream I picked for that night. It was a D4, so we had 4 different members.
I died.
Change it as you go.
Okay.
Doesn't look the same.
Nah, chill.
Or,
Jaimie, you're known too.
Okay.
At the end of tonight, if you want, I can help you just create a macro.
Mm-hmm.
That'll allow you to just click it on the screen, and it'll allow you to randomize it and pick one.
Yeah. Alright, for now, Jaimie's 2, Quinn is 3, and Elias is 4. And 1 will not be used.
It's Feylyn.
Yeah, 1 is Feylyn.
Here we roll again on our own. Down the only die
Jaimie,
we've ever known.
Where's Jaimie's room?
Okay. Upstairs, far right.
Could you...
Alright. So Jaimie, getting dressed or is dressed. You go to.
Can you do me a favor and move me there?
Yes.
Thank you.
So as you start to like walk towards Jaimie's room, you actually arrive just early enough to see Syndra knocking on her door. On the astral,
right?
yeah, you're on the astral plane, so for the most part, you could pass clear through the wall if you chose to. You're kind of like an invisible onlooker.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk through the wall.
All right. Bip. All right. So Jaimie, you might want to move your token to the door.
Oh my god, it's the chibi! Oh, there's blood all over the rim. Dear Jesus.
I was about to make a very bad reference of like that's just how I like it, but
Tane.
Wow.
Hold on.
Where's the chibi token? Take me to the chibi token.
you want to see it?
Where's my work?
Maybe see.
My thing's froze up.
Hold on, I got you. I can take a freaking screenshot of this.
Why did you put me there? Okay, here we go. Mother of God, she's on the other side.
Far right side of the map.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Okay. So
I'm not seeing anyone's tokens. I'm not seeing anything.
Go all the way to the right side of the map.
oh no, I know the issue.
Oh, you did not designate as her token, did you?
I did, but I didn't give her. I didn't give her the ability to see 360.
Go back to your bubble, Quinn.
No.
Please.
I'm looking at my beauty.
You should have a pop up now, baby girl.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So as the door opens, you're met with Syndra standing there, and she asks, "Might I come in, dearie?" There we go.
Well, you already opened the door.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, this thing is annoying me. It keeps freezing up.
We need a shoot roll 20 for you. Does that make you happy?
I just need to blow up all electronics, because apparently they hate me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tane, come make this thing work.
I got nothing, baby girl.
It keeps either zooming really far in or really far out.
Are you using an actual mouse?
No.
Try connecting an actual mouse.
It's almost like she's had this issue before.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, it's staying the way it is.
Okay.
And it steps aside, letting her in.
So Syndra steps into the room and sits on the end of the bed. And she asks Jaimy, she says, "How are you taking to your new body?"
Dark.
Jaimy would sigh, saying it's strange.
It's itchy. Alright.
God damn it, Riley. Sorry, continue.
Kind of tilting her head to the side, she says, "Oh, you should be
And
a
grab my
near
cutter.
perfect replica."
Jaimy rubs her hands, saying, not everything is the same.
I'm hoping I haven't brought you back in a way
Yeah,
that
1 second.
is harmful to your being.
She just stares at her hands, unsure what to say.
She's gonna stand up and kind of walk over, and places her hand out and says, "May I?"
Jaimie hesitates before giving her her hand.
Look at also Athera, I forgot to mention Athera. You probably would notice it. You would notice the big bubble of Blue's dreams kind of just hovering above what looks like to be a potted plant.
Okay, so that's where Blue's sleeping.
Just like a 30-40 story tall velociraptor breathing fire onto running little humans out of buildings.
Swipes left.
So Syndra rubs her hand, starts to rub her, not rub, that's weird.
Yeah, a little.
So like, she runs her fingertips over the palms of your hands as if trying to discern something.
Oh god, that feels hard.
It really does. She goes, something old and something new.
Something black and something blue.
I believe that most Nemla people have something blue. Just kidding. That's not what she says. Okay, that was really bad of me. She looks up and she says, and she speaks to you in a kind of a softer tone. I realize what's troubling you.
Do you? When she looks to you, you realize that her eyes have gone somewhat milky. Like they're not from her normal color of like a kind of a tarnished brown. They look to be all milky white. And she says, "You fear your power is not what it should be."
Jaimie would kind of mumble, that would be an understatement.
But it is also something more. Something more than you ever could have imagined. Perhaps in time, even you will come to see the full potential of your power.
Leaving my room for a sec.
And she suddenly hesitates and pulls away. There is another.
Oh.
Another?
You are not one of a kind, are you, child?
I have a twin.
I suspect a twin no more.
Wait, repeat that, Jane?
She says, I suspect a twin no more.
Jaimie would fidget with her necklace.
Does that trouble you, dearie?
Quite.
I see. I must apologize for putting you in such a predicament. It was never my intention to cause you such worry. For now, though, I can only offer guidance. It would seem that you and I are now linked by the same curse.
Jaimie would just stay quiet, staring at her.
looks away towards the bush that seems to be shivering.
Say the butch or the bush?
The bush.
Push.
Okay.
Shivering from the sounds of snores. She said she's gonna look at you and she's gonna be like, I believe your salvation lies with your new friends. Both yours and my own.
Sorry about that one.
Jaimy would shift slightly, mumbling, I don't have friends.
But it's me, Dio.
She just kind of smiles and she says, comrades then.
I don't have comrades either. I have blue.
She chuckles slightly. I was about to say, I believe the bush disagrees.
I have blue, and I have my brothers and my mom.
And you have a giant fat potato to pull it all off.
She places her hand on Jaimie's shoulder. The world is very lonely. Trust an old lady, she knows. It's good to have friends in high places, even if they're ones you keep at arm's reach occasionally. Don't be so quick to judge those around you. Especially those who would lend you their sword. And she reaches out and holds us and places a small scroll in your hand. A chance to retrieve your own.
Jaimy takes it with a little less hesitation.
She nods slightly and says, "Go ahead, open it. It doesn't bite, that I'm aware of."
Wait, what?
It's like, it doesn't bite, that I'm aware of.
Alright!
Would open
We have
it.
a small break. Kane, what happened? I believe
I'm holding
we
it
both
at
going
an
next
arm's
door.
length.
1 second. Athera, basically, Syndra's been trying to tell Jaimy, like, don't put your defenses up so much. Yeah, and she basically told her that, like, especially to those who might lend you their sword. And then she handed her a piece of paper and said, or a chance to get you back your own. And when Jaimy took the piece of paper, everybody lost it because Syndra told her, "Go ahead and open it. It doesn't bite."
No, I know. I was here
That I'm
for
aware
that.
of. That's it. That's pretty much all you missed.
Mhm.
So, Jaimy, as you start to unravel it, the ribbon for some reason growls at you slightly. And but it pretty much just falls to the floor after you finish unraveling it, and starts to like inchworm away. She
Not
goes,
like a
Jaimy would take
worm
a step
ribbon?
back away from it.
Syndra kind of waves at it pish-poshly, and is like, "Oh, don't pay any mind to it. It gets fussy now and again." And as you unroll the piece of paper and you start to begin to read it, you realize that it's a writ of assassination, and basically guaranteeing you safe passage to enter the Colosseum and to sanction the kills of those inside, air quote. And Syndra starts to smile under her mask, and you can hear it in her voice, and you can hear her own smugness in her voice when she says, "I have a friend, one who's a little high in some places, as you can imagine. Told me that there was a little bat sitting somewhere that you might want to retrieve it. And I figured, since there's such horrid illegal activities taking place in such a place, why not kill two birds with one stone?"
Yeah, no animals out.
Jaimie would get a little smirk, a gleam in her eye coming back. So you want me to clean house, so to speak?
Essentially, yes. With discretion, of course.
Discretion's my middle name.
Don't bring Quinn.
Syndra kind of motions towards her, though, towards Blue, and says, "Although I don't recommend going alone, I think you'll find that the gods aren't going to be quite happy with you, well,
Sorry, I missed some more
another
stuff.
you walking around."
Me and Blue can handle it.
She's just gonna like cock an eyebrow. You can you can almost feel her look of doneness through her mask.
Girl.
Jaimie sighs. Fine, but not that one that spits acid. That smells weird.
Hey. Hey. I understand why, but still.
She's gonna kind of chuckle. It does smell quite bad, but even acidic creatures have their uses, especially when faced with an object that refuses to move. If you catch my drift. And she kind of tilts her head to the side, letting out a wink.
Jaimie just stares at her.
But do what you will.
Okay. For some reason, I imagine like the knockoff Sanji from One Piece doing the wink where the star literally breaks when he winks.
Oh my god!
Stop it!
So she starts to motion towards the door as though she wishes to leave. May I, dearie?
Jaimie steps to the side.
No. Sorry about my cat, by the way.
As she walks to the door, she places her hand on the doorknob and turns it, opening the door slightly. Before pausing a moment, and her eyes kind of dart over to the shrubbery to the left of the door.
Is that my side?
Perhaps you should call upon the other, the more fluffy one.
Wait, say again, what?
She says, maybe you should call upon the more fluffy one.
Fluffy!
I have a feeling
Towards the
she
left
may
shrub,
be...
which is the one that I'm next to.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Syndra, you're not supposed to be able to know I'm here!
She says, she might be more of use to you, I think.
Jaimie nods in thought. Maybe.
And, she said, she looks back to Jaimie and says, maybe indeed. Me personally, I'd like to have those big, strong, strapping bats around. But suit yourself.
Apollo, what's your problem, baby?
Jaimy gives her a look.
Syndra's making Apollo feel dirty.
Oh. My elbow's already started up as it is. Why cat?
So
You're not going out of my room. Fuck you. Shut up.
so
I will
Syndra,
throw something at you.
before Syndra leaves, she kind of just speaks out in front of her. I won't be too far should you need me. Sweet dreams, child.
Sweet dreams.
And she steps out of the door, and Blue lets out a really loud snore.
I'm afraid that Cinder's going to kick me when she sees me.
Oh, bitch, I'm bleeding. Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
What is with your cat?
He wants out of my room, but all of the cats keep torturing this bird that we just got, so I have to lock everyone in my room. Shut up!
Lock it in the closet.
No! My closet kills things.
Jesus H. Christ.
That's not normal.
Sure it is.
It's normal for me, goddammit.
So, Quinn, in your room, you're actually gonna be awakened by a slight knock on your door.
Nani?
No,
Tell me the
And I was here, I think.
Way the fuck over there, underneath your bubble.
Mother.
Oh my
There's
god, I
bubble.
actually have to go AFK, guys.
Okay.
My fucking elbow's bleeding.
Your bubble's
Good
gone.
job, cat. No, not my bubble.
Your bubble has popped.
You mean my bubble?
Pops.
Bubble was not protected.
Should have used protection. Why are these beds in the middle of the room anyways? Why are these beds in the middle of the room anyways?
You know, I'm actually not sure. This is very bad design. Actually, you know, this is actually supposed to be a merchant prince's villa. It's very possible that they sit like that because the villa walls are tiled in some very fancy effect.
Touche. Alright, so Quinn's gonna like groan awake, like why? And he's gotta kinda like shuffle his wings as he stands up and then put them under the cloak and then walk over.
Alright, as you open the door, you're kind of met face to face with the well, you know. And he's like, "Wow, you
Oh.
kind of look like shit."
Thanks, mate. You too.
I try. he kind of turns around, walks out, plops himself down on one of the big fluffy pillowy beanbags. Care to have a chat?
What's up?
Just curious, what's going on with your ragtag bunch of, well, pardon me, but they're kind of idiots.
I don't blame you for that statement.
So seemingly out of nowhere, he pulls out a stick of celery and bites into it. Pardon me. Calories.
Coin just kind of scratches his beard like I did not take you for the celery eating type.
He lets out a slight chuckle. You'd be surprised. Gotta watch your weight when you're, well, when you try and fly a lot.
Fair
I'm
enough.
no hollow bones, but that wing's a little difficult.
I can see
But-
why.
She's gonna like raise an eyebrow. More or less, the reason I ask is, well, just personally, I kinda like Syndra. Not like that, she's a granny, but not my style, you know. But she's a nice gal, been around a while, knows a thing or two. Helps us Harpers out from time to time. And she's a good friend. But even with my abilities and every one she's sent so far, and I don't know if she said anything, but you guys are like the 7th group that have failed this task.
You haven't failed yet.
He kind of giggles out. That's what the last group said too. Unfortunately, though, I really don't want to see the old girl expire. And it seems like you're a ragtag bunch of idiots. Well, that and the chicken. And y'all don't seem to have any kind of direction around here. Not that I blame you. Being the biggest fellow out of all of them, I'm surprised that you're not cracking heads. He takes another crunch out of his celery.
So hi, I'm back. Jesus fucking Christ, what happened? Please explain. Sorry for interrupting. My cat literally tore apart my elbow again.
You're good. Fox is having a heart-to-heart with Quinn.
It be flaming.
No response from Quinn?
I'm trying to think. Let's see.
Surprised Jaimy didn't catch that one.
What?
He called them the ragtag bunch of idiots and the chicken.
Oh, I did, but I ran out of pins to throw at you.
To be fair, I thought when he referenced chicken, I thought he meant Feylyn.
That works too.
And I'm pretty sure that's what Quinn thought too.
That's beautiful. We're gonna let that misunderstanding just stay.
Quinn, no, I was just like,
No.
I will admit we met each other like the other day, so I'm not really sure that there's been a need to do so. I guess knowing each other more would kind of help what's known to be needed.
He leans forward, placing his arms, wrapping him around his knees. Yeah, I see that. He kind of thinks to himself, well, for lack of a better worry, supposedly Syndra's gonna try and send them back into the Colosseum.
Nanny.
Is she trying to get us killed?
Is he actually?
Did
Did he actually say that?
Mm-hmm.
Quinn just kind of tilted his head, like, why the Colosseum?
He said, he kind of shrugs against my better judgment, to be honest. And she didn't want to hear any of my advice on the subject. But apparently, one of the small ones, I think the chicken herder, left her stuff there.
Quinn's even more confused now. Then he's like,
So I take him to check his opinion.
Like, oh wait, the tiny lizard feather thing?
Oh god, it's a reptile. I thought it was a turkey.
Who knows these days?
Probably tastes like turkey if I roast it.
True, it might.
I don't know. She might feel some kind of way about that if I tried.
Very fair. So, she wants us to go back to the Colosseum so we can get the small one and the fluffy thing stuff?
Essentially. I told her it was suicide. They have an Ankylosaurus down there.
I don't want to know what that is.
You ever seen a really, really big lizard?
Flashbacks to Dad. Yes.
It's kind of like that, with big ass steel or concrete plates on its back.
This is gonna be real fun, isn't it?
You could say that. My worry is that Syndra might not be all there anymore. She's coming to the end of her time in this world, both being a very old woman, but this death curse has her rushing things. She's not thinking straight. And the old gal has more fire in her than even I do. So she's too foolhardy to listen. And I'm worried y'all are gonna get yourselves killed out there if one of y'all doesn't step up and say something. Or at the very least, take a lead. And unfortunately, I only know how to set asses on fire. Not the best motivational tool. But not the best motivational tool. They tend to get salty with me.
Quinn nods. He's like, if they'll have me, then I'll try and help them.
I do hope so. Because it seems like the rest of them idiots are all lost. And you seem pretty okay here, strangely enough.
Not the first time I've been thrown to a different world.
He kinda chuckles, he goes, I mean, well, even for a phoenix, this place is a bit too toasty for me. And way moister than I'd like.
Excuse me.
Except the ladies.
But, you don't seem to mind it too much. You just kind of stroll around.
It's actually pretty
Oh my
comfortable.
god.
He kind of lets out a grin. My point exactly. This place suits you. It's a twisted hellhole, but it seems to suit you.
Well, let's hope it stays that way.
He slaps his knees and stands back up. I do hope so. And he places his hand in this. Here, take this. It might help you in the long run. In the palm of his hand is it's a small emblem of a phoenix with a flame surrounding it.
He's up for Nikusu. Sorry.
So, why do scales need feathers?
I actually don't get that reference. You're asking like why do you need help from him?
No, it was like, Quinn's looking at things like, so why do scales need feathers?
He smirks. He says, "You ever seen a rock drake?"
Fair enough.
Yeah, the scales are good, but sometimes a little extra always helps. And in this world, he kind of looks around. He says, "Definitely in this world, we could all use a little extra little bit help." He says, "Now, if only I could remember how to use that damn thing."
Very helpful.
Well, I won it in a card game, and I was very drunk. And I think the dwarf said Alibaba, but I couldn't tell you. He was yelling about something and a hammer and a volcano and
Dragon.
his words just kind of trail off as he starts to think and like he's trying to look through a drunken haze but failing. I don't know. But it's brought me good luck. Might help you too.
Quinn just kind of nods as he continues to look at the charm. Well, thanks, I guess.
Fox turns around and he's like, "Oh, if anyone asks, I didn't show up. I don't really give a damn about people."
Off with the cape. Flop.
Flop. Nice.
Yay!
So, as he walks past Zalias, who's sleeping on the ground, he kind of nudges him slightly. "Come on, old boy. Got work to do."
Ah! I'm just, as Elias jumps to his feet and grabbing his dagger at his hip.
Now spying on Quinn, because why not?
What do you want? He's
Wait, as you start to spy on Quinn in his dream, he's starting to dream of spreading his wings and flying over a massive forest. As he clears the forest, he comes to a small lake that seems to have massive dragon-sized fish that just leap out of the water, and he's just snatching them up in his maw as he goes past.
He's a very happy little Dragonborn right now.
I don't know how the hell your dream you is like pelicaning it up right now, but
It's those extra long canines. Let's go.
So Zalias, you woke up?
Yep. And I jumped to my feet and I have my hand on my dagger and I'm wondering what he wants from me. Seriously, that cat's still meowing.
What?
I heard Apollo.
No, that wasn't Apollo, that was Malkuth, and that's because Little Bit keeps trying to play with his tail.
Okay.
His sister's bugging the big brother.
Basically, Fox wakes up Zalias and says, the old lady wants you to run her a task if you're up for it."
I understand. Show me the way.
He says, "I need you to run into our sacrificial room, grab up that old dagger with the green emerald dragon head."
Down over here.
I feel like this isn't a task from Syndrome.
I'll go do that.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, before I do that, anything else?
Yeah. After that, I need you to meet. She needs you to meet us in the library.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh god, okay.
I'm guessing it's somewhere in here, this area.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Do I need a perception check or just find it?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Damn.
Oh my god! Do I find anything extra that I might need to grab for them?
That boy
For
has
myself?
been perceived.
And I have a -1 on wisdom.
I'll tell you what. You find a set of thieves' tools worth about 25 gold pieces.
I'll grab them, but I'm gonna also ask her if I can take it.
Holy literal shit, dude.
I'm not gonna steal from her without steal the thieves' tools. I'm gonna grab it and the ritual dagger, but
They're
ask her if I can
thief
have the
tools. They probably aren't
Gotcha.
hers.
Oh.
I was about to say, like, how ironic is it if he steals a set of thieves' tools?
Okay, I'm gonna steal them. Okay.
I mean, you can go for it. You found them, so chances are the old lady's not gonna notice if they go missing, even if they were hers.
All right. I'll grab the thieves' tools and the ritual dagger, and I head to the library.
We're badly influencing this fall. I'm happy.
So, after feeding on Quinn's memories for quite a while, you start to feel rejuvenated and as if you're being pulled back into your physical form.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I go back to bed. Nope. Half the bubbles are gone. You're all freed.
So,
Oh.
shortly after you return to your body, you hear a knock at your door.
Who's there?
You hear a soft female voice from the other side. Just me, dearie.
She just like kind of props up like a zombie on her bed and sits on the edge.
Go like into a freaky horror movie, be like, "Welcome home, Eleanor." For those
Yeah,
of
but
you
she
who know
said
that
come in.
reference.
I do.
So Syndra's stepping through the door, kind of makes her way over to the bed and plops down. So,
Don't say anything.
about eavesdropping.
It's not eavesdropping.
I was just going to say it's rude, but I don't know what you're talking about. And she looks at you and winks.
1 second, sorry. What are you even eating? Oh.
That is like the best thing to say when you find out what your pet's eating.
Oh?
What are you eating? Oh.
I'm sorry.
That was fine.
Looks at your pet. What the fuck is in your mouth? Oh.
No, I was like, what the fuck are you upset with? And it was like, oh, because Bassie was walking by him while he was eating.
Well, shit, if Gassy was walking past me too, I'd be like, let me
That
out!
was a growl.
Oh.
I'm sorry. No.
Are you good over there? I can't tell if you're fapping or... Okay, got thumbs up. She's Gucci.
I'm good. I imagine the cat like chewing on something, and then the cat just walks past.
Seriously.
It was really funny in my head.
Yeah, now he's staring at me intently, and Bassie's back laying on my freaking backpack, and Apollo's been laying on the bed for a while. It's fucking having 4 cats and a bird is very interesting, because now I get to lock all of the fucking cats in my room and see their reactions.
But yes, Syndra just kind of winks at you and is like, I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Alright, on what you don't know what you're talking about, can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Of course. After all, I'm a sage. Knowledge is kind of my thing.
Sagey, and I know it.
Bum 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 bum.
No. In theory, if somebody was in a different plane and they were confused, could you see them?
This is very good, interesting questions. Of course, all in theory. If someone was in another plane of existence, and they were confused, it would be very possible to see them if you knew what plane it was and to look into it.
Okay. God damn it, Syndra. He like broke the small. Her whole entire livelihood is a lie.
She kind of she claps her hands together. Of course, this is entirely hypothetical, and I wouldn't know a thing about it. I am just an old lady.
Sure.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit!
She kind of turns back though as after stepping towards the door, and says, "Oh, what? I almost forgot. I think I found something that might interest you. I have discovered something, although I'm not sure if it's true or not.
What
If
did you
you're-
discover?
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't quite be the same. Would you meet me in the library?"
Sure, why not?
Good, good. But give me a few moments to prepare, and then meet me there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be a ritual sacrifice, am I?
Totally yes. Let's get rid of Riley's character a second time, shall we?
Sorry.
So Syndra slowly enters the library.
I
Zalias. How are you
What?
today?
Zalias bows and says, "I'm fine now. Here's your dagger."
Oh, I was looking for this. Wherever did you find it?
Flamey guy, Phoenix guy. He told me to grab it from the ritual room.
Oh. That fox, always so crafty.
Also, I found this. I pulled up the thief's tools. I'm just gonna be honest with her because she's been playing me up for a while now. I found this in the room. Is there if I have it or no?
She looks at over the tools. I believe those belong to one of our many failed experiments.
Oh
You're
god.
welcome to keep them.
What the hell?
Experiments?
She kind of chuckles. Oh, don't look so surprised. Many men have thought to try and challenge Phoenix in that room.
Oh,
Most end up as dust.
or
Nice,
burnt
let's-
corpses, I would imagine.
Okay. Alright, F3, oh, no.
Quick question: is there any other things they left behind that you don't care for?
It's okay.
I'm sure there's many things all over the building.
Okay. If you find any of that stuff, refer to me, please.
She nods. Most days I can barely find my own socks.
Oh, socks.
And she quickly looks down, lifting up her skirt slightly to check her feet, and you kind of just see like almost rotting away flesh of feet getting like and toes wiggling.
So you forgot your socks.
It would appear so today.
Do I have my pack on me?
I don't know.
Okay, I would imagine I have my pack on me. I'd pull out some socks I hang in the door.
She like lets out a very happy chuckle. Oh, thank you, dearie. I'll be sure to return them after they've been thoroughly cleansed.
Okay. Oh, Zalias asked real quick. Do you even know any magic I could possibly use that I could set in preparation? I like doing performances, and I was wondering if I could. Is there any magic that could help me in that?
Very interesting. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to check over my books, but I can definitely get back to you on that if you're interested.
It'd be much appreciated, my lady.
She nods.
So I steps away to the bookshelf and starts looking for magic books.
Is Athera on her way?
Looking at the books. Looking at the books.
I think we've lost Athera, actually.
Kind of a perception of hide a rare book or something. Can I roll perception real quick and see if I find any other mysterious remnants from the experiments in the room or a rare book?
Go for it.
20.
Boy, where you be getting these?
I have a -1 in wisdom. I don't know how this is happening. I know I have proficiency and then, well, double proficiency because my race gives it to me as well. So.
Well, yeah, you have a +3 for perception, then.
Yeah.
You find a potion of vitality.
Okay.
Make sure you add that to your sheet.
So I put it into my equipment, or do I want me to put it into
It should be under items.
Okay. Oh.
And I'll get with you later, and I'll explain what that does.
Okay. Are you on my page too?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, because I can't move on it. Is that Zeus?
I'm not on your page.
Okay, because I can't control it.
Strange. It could just be frozen.
Okay, I got it. I was gonna say. So into items you
Sorry.
go.
I was wondering, is Athera on her way or not?
Sorry, yes, I'm fucking dealing with shit. Like, every single night, no matter if I do something or not, my grandma comes into my room and finds something to complain about, and it's tiring to me. I am here.
As you enter the room, you notice Zalias in the back, rifling through a bookcase, clanking and clanking old bottles, and Syndra is sitting on the couch just inside. And she turns to you and greets you. Oh,
Wait,
I'm
is it
glad
potion
you
of
made
vitality?
it.
I'm still gonna check real quick. Potion of vitality, right?
Of vitality, yes.
Alright.
I am also happy that I made it.
She stands up and she says, "So, in theory, I believe we might have found, at least, portions of your heritage." Now,
Please
my
tell me
lady-
Zalias is not in the room.
He is. You can see him in the distance.
No, 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 no. Zalias out.
He mopes away.
What?
Wait, can I roll perception if I find a good book?
Not right now.
Yes, no?
Not right now.
Okay, I'll go out. Trying to find a spot that I don't see her anymore.
So she pats you on the shoulder slightly, and says, "You needn't fear old Zalias. He's harmless after all."
He's still here.
Until I can
after all.
teleport. Until I can teleport, then I'm dangerous.
Quinn's just there so I can see the tokens.
Got you. Ath- Athera, does Athera have anything to say in response or no?
I just no. No, thank you.
Can
Just
anyone
no,
else hear
thank
her?
you.
Yeah, just no, thank you.
I couldn't hear you. I was like,
She nods. As you wish, dearie. Just an observation is all.
How do you know she hates me?
She doesn't hate you. She doesn't like people hearing about things because of what she's gone through.
She holds out her hand and she says, "May I see your hand?"
Sure. Hold that hand.
So she places her hand just beneath yours, and reveals from beneath her gown a dagger that's made what looks like it's made almost entirely of emerald, with a green
Please don't tell
dragon
me.
skull for a handle.
Which I grabbed for her.
Thanks.
She holds it up before Athera, and says, "Do you know what this is?"
It looks like the ritual knife that's used to kill people.
Murder, murder, murder.
She smiles softly and says, "Oh no, dearie. As much as it resembles that, this is quite a different tool. It's called an artifact of draconic detection. Here." And she places the dagger in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
And she says, "Go ahead, grasp it firmly."
Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
No, fizzling is bad. Sorry.
Sizzle.
She grips the dagger.
All right. So after a few moments of gripping it, it starts to glow a bright red, and you start to feel it like heat up in the palm of your hand, almost to a point of a blistering heat.
I called it.
After a few moments, the blade becomes so hot you actually drop it. Sidra walks over and picks up the blades. Interesting. I like it.
You like it when things hurt people?
And you thought Zalias was bad, lady.
So she picks up the dagger and places it back in her cloak. Sometimes, unfortunately, the truth hurts, but in this case, your pain is also your victory.
You detected something.
The dagger tends to heat up around draconic bloodlines. It's a bit of an older artifact, so I wasn't sure it would still work. But it was meant to fend off dragons back in the day.
So
That tiny knife.
You gave a potential dragon a thing that could kill a dragon because you wanted to see if I was a dragon. Your logic is flawed here somewhere.
No, it wouldn't kill you. At most, it would be mildly annoying.
Mildly annoying? That hurt.
Hence the mildly annoying part.
I'm so done with you right now.
She lets out a small laugh. You must forgive an old lady. I tend not to think things all the way through. I'm a very forward person. But I believe that with this revelation, I can say for certain you are of draconic descent.
Oh. No.
And she kind of like leans in closer. But which one?
The extinct one.
It's not extinct, it's just gone.
Kinda the same thing.
So
no,
she
like they're still alive. I think they just moved away.
so she walks over to one of her bookcases and she pulls out a red leather-bound book. On the cover of the book shows two dragons intertwined with a golden dragon ampersand. And she starts to flip through it.
What you doing?
She stops about halfway through the book and yells out, "Aha! That's what I thought.
Hmm?
Supposedly those of dragon descent possess an ability based around the dragon's blood."
That sounds like a money-making adventure.
Takes a step closer and starts to whisper to you. By any chance, do you burp fire?
No.
'Twas worth a shot, dear.
Interdimensional ghosts.
You did not just small stabby stab. Oh shit.
I forgot.
Oh
I
no,
forgot.
my roll 20 just crashed.
Oh.
Raggy.
Yeah,
That small
Raggy.
stabby stabbed worked apparently.
Yeah.
So she whispers back, "Was worth a shot."
Wait, did you
You
stab me?
No, I was just messing around. I was imagining Zalias was talking, like messing around with his knife and like tossing in the air.
Okay.
So she thinks to herself for a moment and leans in again. By any chance, have you passed gas them for anything solid?
Damn it, cat!
We will be back to you momentarily with our irregularly scheduled program.
Quick question, because I noticed this. Because
There's a whole fucking
the
video
dagger
too.
is it has a precision weapon, right? I think about it.
It's a dexterity weapon. Why?
Okay, because it had a strength for some reason as the thing.
It's strength if you are shanking with it. It's dexterity if you're throwing it.
Okay.
Strength is the correct for that 1d20, but dexterity is for the damage.
Oh, what I thought.
Did you on a dagger? On the dagger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Damage on a dagger should be dexterity.
yeah, it's
What about attack?
done properly.
Okay, so strength for attack for a dagger and damage for dex.
Yeah.
Damn, I would
Oh
actually
my
thought attack would be dex.
Only if
It's
you roll-
because it's on an attack check if you were trying to shank someone with it.
Okay.
But if you're gonna throw it, then it would roll off of your dexterity. But that's a completely different type of roll.
Okay.
I am so sorry, by the way.
That's why I said that it's strength if you're shanking, it's dex if you're throwing it. But the
Okay.
damage for it always rolls off of dex.
So, what was Cinder trying to ask freaking
Oh.
Athera before I had to freak out because my drugged cats were going to my windowsill?
She leaned in closely and she said, "By any chance, have you passed gas and froze anything solid?"
No! Are you going
You
to
just
keep
kill-
asking me these weird questions?
She takes a step back and almost looks frustrated. "I'm sorry, dearie. I don't mean to ask you these questions. To
She does.
ensure of confusion.
Ow. Note to
Quinn.
self, never give freaking Malkuth catnip. He starts
Potato.
sound signals.
Potato, you're snoring. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm just thinking really loud.
You're thinking really loudly. You sound like a chihuahua grinding their gears while thinking, apparently. Like you just grip the head.
Hey Quinn, while we wait outside, do you want to talk about Ice Knife / Acid Knife in your case?
He's not actually there. He's asleep.
Oh.
I'm just here so I can see the tokens. Although he probably
Okay.
will
Gotcha.
get up in a few minutes.
Okay. Because I was going to say that'd be a good opportunity.
Wakey punches.
I'm awake.
Zalias is lonely. Do I have anything to read for Zalias?
Stand in respective corners and don't fucking interact with each other.
Wait, I know what he's gonna do.
You still listening to this, Nico?
Oh yeah, got 19.
Pineapple bitch!
Outside, you hear Zalias playing Lear.
Oh yeah, Tang, did you check with DM? Nice.
It was me.
I got you a present.
Oh god.
Nice. I like that.
I figured he deserved
I'm curious now.
Thank you. It's amazing.
What did you do for Layton?
I made him a token.
Oh. For Syndra?
I could do that.
No. She could. Syndra basically steps back and looks a little frustrated before speaking to Athera. My apologies. I don't mean to ask these questions to induce confusion. They are merely a way of deducing what element flows through your blood.
She pouts.
But I was kind of trying to be subtle.
The only thing I can think of that I do weirdly like that is I can breathe string breath.
Oh.
But it ain't poison.
So she actually kind of shifts her weight a bit, and he's like, "Oh, might I ask for you to show me?"
I mean, have to get someone to get me really upset first.
So she turns around and kind of taps her finger for a moment before quickly spinning around and yelling, "Ooga booga booga."
This old lady, I swear.
Yeah, I'll try and get rid of hiccups here.
This guy's scaring me.
It was worth a shot, dearie. I'm sorry. I am not the most helpful lady today.
Zalias don't.
I rolled for it though.
It's chill. We know you're doing it. That's all. Jura just kind of sits here and rubs her eyes. And is Quinn actually outside the door? Or is he not there yet?
He probably
Sleeping.
is there now.
Oh.
Okay, she kind of walks to the door and pokes her head out, and then she sees Quinn, her face lightens up, and then she drags him into the room.
Whoa, what?
Slice is like, what the hell?
So Citra's just like, "Oh, hello, Quinn."
Hi.
Say something mean.
Like what?
I don't know, something mean, insulting to my character, something. Piss me off.
You're tall.
Oh my lord, okay.
He does not insult people.
If they're Catholic enough, you should be able to.
The thing is, you'd be like, you're tall, but it's like good tall. I'm bad at this. I can't tell.
Cinder just kind of chuckles slightly and says, "Quinn, could I ask you a favor?" She pulls out a small green dagger. And says,
Oh god,
"Could you
no.
hold this element?"
No,
Quinn takes it and
Zalias
is like,
knocks on the door.
why? Okay,
Zalias knocks
this
on the door.
hurts.
Zalias knocks on the door.
So after a moment of it becomes too hot to hold, and you end up having to drop it. And she picks up the dagger and says, "Ah, well then."
So,
This little
why did you have me hold a painful dagger?
Actually, believe it or not, it's only meant to be mildly annoying. And she kind of smirks over to Athera. And she's like, "How about now?"
Did someone stab?
Jesus Christ.
With the two
So
of us
mean.
combined.
You guys are so mean to this poor old lady.
Can Zalias knock on the door and just ask if he can grab a book?
But did she really do it though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
I mean, theoretically, too,
Hmm?
it would have been hilarious. Theoretically, her bubble rebuke could have triggered when she was holding the dagger.
This is true.
I wish I did that.
So I'm guessing Athera gets salty at her remark and just rears back her head and lets her have it.
Or like she just opens her mouth and it happens.
Burp.
Jesus, you're like that Grim Reaper thing that when he opened his cloak and it just like rainbow scarred people.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of their thing flashing them badly.
There's just so you unleash your spiritual dragon breath, and as that happens, like actually I think Quinn, you're actually gonna get caught in that cone. So can I get you to give me a dexterity save?
Oh no! Oh fuck!
Okay, so you succeed at it. You're only gonna take 6 points of psychic damage. Basically, wait, is that right? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ! Your thing hits like a truck. Oh no, Quinn just rolled shit.
Yeah. I really did.
And I haven't
Mine
updated
hit
your.
harder.
Did you ever roll for your health, Quinn?
Yes.
I think that might have passed.
I
his mind.
did,
Oh,
Kane. I just rolled a
he
2.
rolled shit.
Oh! If you killed one of our team members, Athera, you were bad.
Just.
Did I kill him?
Almost.
Oh, I don't have it linked to your HP. No wonder I didn't update. You rolled a 2.
On my second HP roll, yes. So Quinn's half dead right now. Thank you, Athera.
I'm actually really sorry about that.
Can Zalias react to this? Because he's right on the other side of the door.
Give me a second. There we go. Class resource. Okay, so I had to update your health bar because it was like getting annoying. So -6. So basically, what happens is she opens her mouth, releasing her spirit dragon wake. And as the veil between worlds starts to blur, nightmares start to claw out of the dream plane and start to like tug at your armor and your tail and your scales, Quinn.
He does not have a tail.
His wings.
At your wings and cloak and everything. But being a very dexterous boy, you were able to break free.
If Shadow succeeded, he would have died.
And yeah, so like you managed to break free and leap out of the cone like, oh,
Plus
fuck
10
that.
to jump checks. Plus 10 to jump checks.
like a whole like that. Yeah, you leapt out of the way like that was a whole lot of fuck that.
Like he
But-
used wings too.
But as the breath hits Syndra, the arms just kind of like tear apart her cloak, and all of her clothing just kind of shreds and disappears into the wind, as if her body was never there.
Athera,
Did I kill?
Quinn, turn the other way. Quinn, turn the other way.
Did you just kill our quest giver?
Did she actually kill Syndra?
Oh my.
I don't
So,
want to see
for-
what's under that but I also don't want her to be dead. Oh god.
Potato.
Honey!
The potato is asleep. I need to go wake her up. But no, after a few seconds, you guys hear a voice coming from the corner, and it's like, whew, that was a refresher.
Can Celeste storm into the room and be like, what the hell happened?
Hmm?
This is ridiculous.
Please tell me you caught that. I really don't want to say it again.
All I heard was that was ridiculous.
Oh no, I said, oh my god, thank god I didn't kill you, I'm sorry.
She like pats Athera on the head and says, "Oh, that's quite all right. You would be surprised how many people kill me on a daily basis."
Celeste
Alright,
did last week,
you're
but he's
undead.
accidentally dropping a bookshelf on me.
I forgot you were an undead, never mind. I don't have to worry about that.
She kind of like shifts her weight slightly. More like I just know how to move very quickly for an old lady.
Can Zalias do something?
In Zalias' case, the most he probably would have seen at that time. Like, give me a perception check.
Okay, because I thought you'd hear the big boom thing.
There wouldn't be a boom.
Oh
You
my
didn't
god.
notice
that
jack
was-
shit. That is one very nice leer you got there.
Yeah.
But he is really shredding that Lear there. Like you are going to town on that like Van Leeren.
Like, you are doing crazy train on that leer right now. Go for it, fam.
Dude,
Rocking
look
down
at
the
Syndra
merchant
like,
on a
crazy
crazy
train to Lear now.
train.
Is that wrong with me?
Okay, I'm singing with the Lear.
I really want someone to play Crazy Train on a freaking Lear now, is that wrong with me?
No. So Syndra is gonna kind of turn to leave. But before she does, she turns back over her shoulder and she tells the group, "I'm not quite sure what just happened, but I do intend to find out."
I'm sorry.
Guess what?
Hmm?
I just found Crazy Train on the harp.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Woo!
It has
Yeah.
been done.
And she lets out a huge sigh before saying, "It is still quite early, and everyone has a big day ahead of them tomorrow. Should I suggest you all head back to sleep?"
Yes, that's a good suggestion. I don't accidentally kill people in my sleep.
Yet.
So she opens the door and steps through, but before closing it, she says, "And we might not want to get confused on other planes of existence."
Does Elias notice that?
And she continues to
Your
walk.
mouse freaking snoring.
Okay, hold up. I gotta wake up the potato. I'm gonna poke her in the back.
Hello.
When she passes out hardcore.
Wait, turn up the volume on her headset to max.
You're sleeping again. Really? Because it wasn't me that pointed out your snoring this time.
Just
You were actually snoring to Zalias playing Crazy Train on a lyre. Do you know how hard that is?
Seriously, like, pull it up, put it in the
I'm
jukebox.
talented.
He was all going on the crazy train. You're just like.
Seriously, I found the video.
Don't turn it on, please.
I won't. It's at the end shop.
Wakey time potato. All right, I'm gonna try and put the potato to bed. No, you're really not.
One more
If
chance.
you guys,
This might be a good place to end it for the night.
yeah, I was gonna say this is a pretty interesting spot to end it. If you guys are interested, we've had a bit of interesting conversation between different characters overall. A little bit, not a lot of character development, granted. But we have been playing for we've only been playing for about 2 hours. So we've had a little bit of character development between every player except Feylyn and
Zalias. Zalias is finding stuff.
Zalias.
Yeah,
Zalias is slowly developing. He's starting to become a face that's more well seen between the groups. The trust for it will come in time, maybe.
Well, everyone else is going to bed again, because can Zalias just look around and try to find random stuff? Because you said people died, and they left all their shit here.
It is possible.
Don't. Please, God, don't steal from the lady.
No, I'm gonna ask her each time. I'm gonna see if I can find them.
So you're going to search her house, loot her house, and then ask if you could have the loot you found.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've been playing too much Skyrim.
Yeah, that's technically stealing.
In Skyrim, you
No.
don't ask.
Most of
You
the
just gotta
stuff
take it.
that I'm gonna be grabbing is leftover debris from Fox's matches.
Just don't. Just don't, Riley. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's still stealing.
No,
It's entirely up to you. If you want to go looking for stuff, I'll allow it, but that's entirely up to you. There's probably not a lot to find in this house.
Oh man, I was just hoping to find a breastplate.
Probably not here. It's because it is the home estate. Finding something like that's gonna be a lot less common.
All right, I was just hoping like I could find like a tilapia corpse in a storeroom. Be like, oh, that's a breastplate.
No, probably not. But next session there's chances for that all over the place. So.
All right, can I just roll once and then you go to bed? So I want to see if I can. All right, perception.
By all means, if you want to. Yeah, go for
it's
it.
just me once and then he's going to go to bed essentially.
That would be a no.
Yeah.
Even if there was something to locate.
I'm going to do it again. Oh my
As
god.
the same exact lucky number. Could have had Zalias. I promise it'll be okay.
Okay,
And if you're wanting something like that though, I can definitely work it in as possible dungeon drop loot for you. Just message me what you're kind of thinking as something you'd want to come across, if you can think of something your character would want or you think would be useful to them, and I'll see what I can do in the next coming session or so.
All right. For me, I was just like, I want to see if I find anything because I rolled that nat 20 on that. I was like, oh. I was kind of just like hoping that you just like give me some magic items. That'd be like amazing.
I feel you.
But I'm
man,
still appreciative, man. You gave me a freaking vitality potion and that, so that is nice. Also, I was wondering, does the vitality potion, can that be used to alleviate the soul death thing at all?
Hold on. Jesus H. Christ, Pontus. Server muted her.
How do you
Holy.
sleep with that?
I don't. There's a reason I sleep on the couch. She's like, why won't you come to bed? I love you, babe. I really do. Potion of Vitality. What it does is when you drink the potion, it removes any exhaustion you are suffering from, cures any diseases or poisonings affecting you, and for the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you expend. The potion's crimson liquid regularly pulses with a dull light, calling to the mind of a heartbeat.
Alright, I was just wondering if I could possibly, that could at all help our current party member or hostess with their deteriorating condition.
Unfortunately, no. The health loss via the death curse is permanent.
Alright, until they get cured, right?
Hmm?
Until they get cured? Or is it...
Until the
health drop is permanent. It stays there even when the curse is lifted.
No, once the curse is lifted, everything should return to normal, even if it takes a while.
Alright, that's what I was asking. Because then, once the curse is lifted, if I still have the vitality potion, there you go.
Yeah, that would help her in the long run, but only after the curse has been lifted.
I just want to double check, because if it helps at all in the short term, give it to her, I was thinking, but if not, save it till after. Also, I was kind of hoping that if it does help in the short term, give it to Syndra.
There you go.
Might extend the time period a little bit.
But out of curiosity, is there any questions you have for the DM before we end for today?
Nope. Wait, where's my room? Because I didn't get to find my room.
Zalias, your room is actually, I think it's this one here. Hold on.
Oh, cool! I have a nice room. I have my own little relaxation area too.
I guess my only question is, will you be awake to play Overwatch in a little while?
Yeah, I need to put the potato to bed, and I won't have much more than a couple of matches in me, but
No, it's chill. If you're tired, dude, go to sleep.
I gotta go, huh?
Can he sleep off the psychic damage?
Yes, the psychic damage is not permanent. Short and long rests allow you to expend hit die to heal up. You just wouldn't be able to heal. You wouldn't be able to expend all of your hit die to heal, but you don't need to because you haven't expended any yet. So, and you're probably gonna sleep all the way until morning anyway, or until probably later on. So, I think they literally woke you up in like in the middle of the night.
I should totally get Healing Kiss.
Rip.
Rip Quinn.
There is a version of it you could try and do. Hold on, let me see if you have access to that spell.
Apparently at 3rd level I can animate dead.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't get lay on hands. That looks like a paladin feat, I was gonna say.
Right, that's a spell.
Yeah.
No, power word kill.
Yeah, there are a couple things that have that.
I am one of those things, apparently.
Oh, can Zalias see if you can find any books in the library that actually at all here that you can use?
Gonna need a little more information than that though. What are you trying to find?
Any magic at all that can possibly help with like setting up preparations, whether it just be minor stuff like little tiny fireworks for kids, because he is a performer.
You said preparations?
Yeah, just minor preparations with magic, or even just traps. That works.
Thaumaturgy, prestidigitation, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Let me think on it, if that's cool.
Alright. I was just wondering, because that would be kind of something that he'd want to learn, because he was a performer and that's how he earned his livelihood before this.
The only thing on that, like most of those, you'd probably learn as you go. But in the case of like Syndra, she wouldn't have kept any of her magical books in her in the public library at the villa. She would have had those in her private collection. So it would be something she would give you in passing. So that's what I was saying. I was like, let me think on that when I'm not like mentally.
Okay. I'm just glad I mentioned it earlier too.
For sure, and I'll put it. I'll put it in my DM notes to think to look into it for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Cool. So we're done for the night.
Yes.
And
Alright,
off
I'm
the
gonna-
recording goes.